Welcome back to Anime Savants, everyone. This is the winter 2022. I thought I was gonna fuck that up. Episode. Joe is back with us, so go ahead, plug your stuff, or whichever way you're gonna be.
You just assume that I'm like on this.
Yeah,
that's for me.
Right
for
now,
me,
you're there.
Where am I for you? Oh, that's where I am. Hey, how you doing down there?
Okay.
Yeah, you can check out any of the reactions that I do over on the Freshest Anime channel. That would be on YouTube, or you can follow me on something like Twitter or Twitch, where I don't even stream, but I might be streaming again in 2022. I just don't really know. That would be just JoeFreshest on those.
Cool. And okay, let's go ahead and start. So we're gonna start with everything that is a returner this season first. So if it's constantly airing or if it's like previous from the fall 2021 season, and then we'll get into all the new stuff. So let's go ahead and knock it out. Demon Slayer. I'm assuming everyone here is gonna watch it or continue watching it. I'm gonna continue watching it, but I also have not read it like you all, so I feel like you all are like hyped about different things than what I'm hyped about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know definitely the Demon Train and the Red Light District are two of the best parts of it. My favorite is actually Red Light District, and so I've been looking forward to this one for a while. Obviously, it's coming on the tail end of the movie, which had a lot of hype on it, and they cut up some episodes and sort of dumped them in the middle of last season, and then started like 4 episodes from the new arc at the last month. So it's a returner, but it's also been slice and dice, and the scheduling is going to be kind of weird. It is a 24 episode season,
It's
so
gonna
technically
end like in the middle of the season, right?
Yeah, it's a 2-core, but it's going to end in a strange place. So yep,
Yeah.
I'm definitely watching it. Absolutely.
That's pretty weird. Yeah. Oh, I don't think it'll end that weird. I think it'll end probably just an episode or 2 into spring, right? Because it started, I think 3 weeks. I think it started 3 weeks into.
True, and then you get that one weird week usually in the middle. So you're right. It will end like in week 2. Because remember,
it's probably going to end around episode 8 or 9 for everything else. So like when everyone else is hitting like 7, 8, 9, maybe. Anyways,
no. In spring, it'll probably it'll end like around episode 2 or 3-ish of spring, like that week. Week 2, week 3 of spring.
I thought it was just
weird, but for sure.
I thought it was just 1 core. It's only like 11 episodes.
Yeah, it's 2. What part are you calling the?
Yeah. So
I don't think that this is. I don't think this part is
core. So we have like all.
It's only 1 core. This part's only 1 core. I thought.
Is it?
I think it's a.
I thought
it's a weird one, like 14 episodes or something like that. I don't think it's 24 episodes. I think it's like 22.
No,
okay.
Yeah. I was counting.
Okay.
I think it's gonna end like right at the end because they are taking off those 2 episodes. That's why they started a little bit back, I guess.
Okay.
Anyway,
right.
It's a weird one.
It's a good one. Yeah.
My perspective, I like it. That's my second favorite behind Mugen Train. So just as you said, those are in my eyes, same thing. My 2 favorites. I did read the series. I don't really remember everything perfectly, so that's why I am still comfortable doing reactions. It's not like I just watch it. Even, you know what, even for something that I just watched, I would probably still do reactions like Chainsaw Man, but that's a different topic. I'm enjoying it already, and I'm excited to see where this thing goes. Like the last episode was great. Episode before that's great. It's all of it's great, It's Demon Slayer, ufotable.
Correct.
So
right, cool.
Platinum End. I'm not caught up, but I'm gonna catch up, but I'm not caught up yet.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one of us that is caught up to now.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. I will be watching it next season. It's interesting because I think this season it was really overlooked in a lot of ways, but it did have a pretty decent production value, good team behind it.
Not getting much love on YouTube or like anywhere
that
I'm seeing.
I enjoy it for what it is, even though there are some frustrating aspects. So I will be continuing through to next season. I am not a reader, so I don't necessarily have any idea what the direction of the plot is, or if there's like some big thing that's upcoming this season. But I'll definitely still be following that one.
Heard. Oh wait, is there something back there? Did you read it?
No, I just own it. I bought it because I thought it was going to be good, and then I started watching the anime, and I think it's pretty mid, so it kind of sucks.
Oh,
I bought it though. I'm missing like the first handful of volumes because they just haven't come in. But yeah, I bought them, which is weird because I think the anime is not bad. But with that said, it feels way too like it feels like, hey, we did Death Note pretty good. You want to just like kind of copy that and make people have like angels and shit. And so it's like,
yeah, it feels like Death Note and Mirai Nikki and like some other things just got like thrown in a blender, which is not necessarily like
Mirai Nikki is a really good description. Yeah, because based off of what you've been telling me throughout the season, I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah,
I think what this show does not have that Death Note had is a very compelling protagonist. You know, I said Mirai Nikki, the main character is Mirai, but like but he is not a good cipher for anything other than like mopery and just weakness.
I guess he hasn't changed that much since the beginning.
Changes, not really. But not like
he's probably like one of the most annoying parts of it. I don't like that type of character, that archetype that it's just I don't even need to spend time on it. I just don't like it. I just don't like that.
We could you know, like a whole chance to do a season review, year review already coming. So we're keeping some of these ideas in the chamber. However, I will say that like one of my gripes about Platinum End is the main character and you say the archetype of like this recessive loser guy who also has very strong morality. And it's important that they have that really super strong morality because that's what causes most of the problems in the show. But it's presented like, oh, you got to think of a way to like not kill people. It's like there's a bunch of psychopathic murderers trying to get to you. Like I don't have time for this particular bit of growth. So, you know, I'm enjoying the series for what it is, but I get very pissed off at certain aspects of the show. It's just frankly, it just looks pretty good and it's not hard to watch. So that's one of the reasons why I've been keeping up with it. Next season, there's a lot of competition. And I think we'll talk about a couple of the other big ones coming up. So it may fall on my back burner just because, but currently I am watching and will probably stay relatively.
Good shit coming.
You're same on that.
Turn of that. Next is Attack on Titan. I'm gonna be honest, I stopped after like episode 6. From like the most recent part. So I still have to finish that part and then go into this part. But then I'm also hearing rumors and stuff that like they might do a new ending from the manga. So this might be a controversial ass like.
You kind of like almost like I almost like got hurt a little bit when you said you stopped on episode 6. I was like, you didn't even watch season 1? But then you said of the most recent season, I was like,
oh no! Oh my god! Oh no! I was literally like screaming from the rooftops, watch this show during the first season, and like people were like, and then I think it was on Netflix at one point, wasn't it? I think so, when it hit Netflix, a lot of people were like, oh shit, this is good, and I was like, oh, I guess it was just the accessibility, but. Yeah, I will catch up. I will watch it, and I will go.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now. That final season, part 1, there's some good shit in it. There's some good shit.
Yeah, I made it to, which I mean, spoilers. I made it to the point where the thing on the Zeppelin happened with that little girl. So,
nah, there's even better shit down the road. There's even better shit down the road.
Yeah. No,
there's some wild shit.
I have such a love-hate relationship with the series because I was so into it when it first released. Not even. You know, on anime, but when the manga was running and I got introduced to it early. So I've been following it pretty much since about a year in. So I have always been very excited for whatever the adaptation's doing. I fall into that camp of people who soured on the direction of the ending, but I probably got off the train earlier than a lot of people. Basically everything season 3 on content wise has been, you know, presented very well. Not really a big fan. Was watching the last season and like a lot of the beats that happen, not a fan of the ending at all. I have a thing about time travel, even when it's like weird genetic time travel, like that really kind of gets me. So I am going to watch, but mostly because I need to know is the ending changing at all? Are they doing anything fresh and new with that direction? And I don't think we've had confirmation either way. If it's going to have, if it's just going to have like more like some extended seeing stuff at the very end? Are they changing some of that? Like, I don't want to give
The
anything
details
away.
that led up to the
Yeah,
final. Yeah.
yes, I don't know. So I'm actually, if I am watching it, but I'm watching it in like morbid curiosity and hope that maybe it's a little, some changes were made, but I don't have any prescription how to fix Attack on Titan. Like, I don't have anything like that. It's just I'm not as like excited about the story side. The production side, woo, absolutely
Mappa.
fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah, so I would say that I am very excited for it. Though I do have my own things that I'm worried about a little bit, you know. And that would be some things like the ending. People said that there's like a plot hole or things don't really line up very nicely to make it feel good. And that would be those little details that I'm sure you're hoping they change. Aaron, I'm not gonna lie, I don't entirely remember the very end of final season part 1. So I probably have to go rewatch that. But there was a lot of great stuff. I'm sure that if I start watching it, I'll go, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But there's just Aaron has changed so much throughout the series. And there's just something he did in that part 1 that just made me think like, damn, bro, like I don't really like you.
They did. Okay, well that makes me want to go.
And
okay.
But also I have a feeling that in the final season part 2, they're going to give you that history, that detail, all those details about, because it's one of the things that I've like I've been watching since a few months after the show, the first season finished. So I've watched from season 2 onward as they aired. And when we saw season 3 part 2 and they introduced these elements of it was like, are you kidding me? And so that's how I'm feeling about what they might do with season 4 part 2 or the final season part 2, whatever the hell you want to call it. I feel like they're going to introduce those elements. So I'm hoping they do. I'm hoping that they make me like people more despite how I feel about them currently. I'm hoping that they change, or not even necessarily like, but I'm hoping that they make me feel the way that I should feel about the characters that are important, you know, however they do it, whatever. I am very excited. I love Attack on Titan.
I hate to dash your hopes, but the difference between the end of season 3 and the beginning of the final season is that all of the content up to the end of season 3 was like known like by the mangaka. So like the reason why there's like such a tonal shift, or this is what I've like read, is that no, and I think James, you've mentioned this before like several times, that I think he had the ending, like that was supposed to be the ending, like the ocean was supposed to be the end. So
oh shit, is that true?
Oh yeah, yes. What I've read from interviews is that he had ideas up to the ocean, and then things changed between when was this? This would be we can go find some of the quotes, but basically, if you look at season 1 and 2, when the manga was getting written, the author very all mapped out, very clear ideas what was going on, and the story was going to lead up to the reveal in the house, the locked door, and then something at the ocean when they got to the end. That was where it was going. And then between when the show started and I think the manga itself becoming even more popular, there was a decision to do more. And so that part, my belief is that it was being written and thought of kind of on the fly for the manga.
But it was
the
a
anime
cool
part,
thing
obviously,
that
it's
they
already
added,
written.
though.
I
I thought it was cool.
It is. No, and actually I don't have a
good.
huge I don't actually have a huge issue with the extended content. We've talked about on our show a couple times about storytelling, and so my preference is always for bottom up if storytelling. If you can, you establish your world, all the rules, as an author, not necessarily the audience doesn't know. You do all like that heavy lore lifting, all the things that all the gears that are going to make your world work, and then you pick your characters and say what if these people were doing this with these other people, and that's your story going forward. So that's like a show that feels like that this season is Faraway Paladin. even though I have
Oh.
nothing to back that up. A lot of light novels. But this is like Dragon. What happened with Attack on Titan is a lot like Dragon Ball Z, where like Toriyama said all the time, like I thought through everything in up to the Frieza saga. That was the story I came up with, and then my editors were like, okay, what's next? And he's like, oh shoot, I don't know. And so then you get the Cell saga where like there's like 8 different main villains, and even though it's cool and it's legendary for me, the actual process was he would come up with a villain design. I think the first one was original. No, it was the androids, the old, the Dr.
Oh yeah.
Red Ribbon
and the fat guy. And then he showed it to his editors like right before they were going to publish. They're like, okay, that's fine, but who is this fat clown? And like an old man, those are your villains. He's like, no, it's these other guys. And then you see the other androids like, okay, these are better. Android 17, 18, 16, but like one of them is kind of like a weird bald mute. The other 2 are just some punk kids. Like that, we had Frieza last time. What do you have anything like a Frieza? He's like, yeah, totally. Comes back with like still, it's like, okay, this is better, but it is a giant bug. And he's like, oh, okay, all right. So that's
I like it. That's cool. But no, I see what you're saying though. You're saying so the author has to know all of those things before they jump into this, and the introduction of Marley and all of that shit, the author didn't think of that when they were building the story. And so those things don't actually, they're just made up in the middle.
They have to be like bolted onto the.
They don't hit the same way as the other stuff does.
Yeah, well, they have to be like bolted onto the framework of the story that was being told. So like if you remove all the details, like what is Attack on Titan about? It's a adventure story about people on a journey trying to escape like a bad situation. And there's some more a kind of morality that they introduce in like the first couple seasons, all to do with the culture of the walls and blah 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 blah. So we spent a lot of time on that, and then there's like this abrupt point where they get to the ocean, they figure out what's going on, and then it's like, oh wait, there's all these other countries and these other politics, but they don't. What's happening with those places doesn't really align with the story that was originally being told. They're all cool. There's like cool ideas. Like last season, you got like the airship raid and like the different types of Titans to go along with it, and Aaron's plans and but like if you compare that to what they were trying to tell in that first 2/3 of the story, this is something that's like completely.
It's a different story. Yeah. That's one thing that I love though. I thought it was so cool that they like we literally were getting a story, and then they're like, hey, by the way, the story is not the story. The story is actually way fucking bigger. I thought it was cool though. I thought that they introduced it in a way that made it just work. We're spending a lot of time talking about it.
We are talking.
I was literally about to say we gotta move on.
No, bottom line, I don't hate it at all. I think it's still really cool. I just am hoping that this season with coming up that they at least let us know some of the things that are changing, because I don't know if I really want to watch the whole thing just to get the like 5 extra seconds of scenes of story, but maybe we'll cover it. I don't know what we're doing on the podcast, but we'll figure it out. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I have Arifureta next. I'm watching that shit. I love that show.
I have no shame in saying that Arifureta is a guilty pleasure, but I would not have said that if I hadn't gotten through the most of the, like there's a certain point in season 1 where the bunny girl shows up. And in that one episode, I have tapped out on this series before in the manga at that point. So I got past it and I was like, okay, it's good.
I feel like I wouldn't have watched this show if I had watched it initially weekly. But I watched it after it finished. And so I was like, I'm going to give it like, 3 or 4 episodes. And by that time, I was like, yo, I love this dungeon shit. I was like, give me all right, vampire, like, origin girl, whatever. I was like, the fight scenes, the vengeance actually like meaning something, or it seemed meaningful to me. And so I was just like,
it was satisfying at the end of the season. So I'm happy.
Oh my God. That fight where
I haven't seen anything. Yeah. I've never seen it. I've never seen Arifureta.
Okay.
So I just wanted to jump in. I don't want you to spoil.
Yeah. I was
trying to be
thinking because it's really popular, I'm just gonna fucking binge for like I've got out of my next 12 days starting tomorrow, 9 of them I have off from work. I work tomorrow. So if you skip tomorrow, then I have 9 out of 11 days off, which is awesome. I'm thinking I'm just gonna binge through the whole thing because one, it's really popular. I imagine it would do well. It's isekai. I watched a lot of fucking isekai, so yeah. But I've heard that the one thing that I was like, is the traditional animation versus the CG in it is very like doesn't
I don't
really
even
feel
care
good
about it.
together.
It's
not
fun.
the worst
Yeah.
by
Okay.
far, but it
It's
is
not the
noticeable.
worst.
It is noticeable in very specific places. All I'm going to say about it, just to leave the details of what's going on alone, is that
Okay.
Arifureta is harem isekai trash, but
Hey,
the
man.
parts of it that are
that shit.
trash are actually fine. Like,
Yes.
on their own. I don't know how old it is. It predates a lot of even some of the more popular series that it would probably get compared
Oh, really?
to.
The source
In terms of
material does?
in terms of
the
when it was written.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh.
It's 6, 7. It's older than that. It's old because I read the manga long before. The
And that's based on a light novel, so it's even
yeah, and I know because the manga version is just an adaptation of the light novel. So I don't know when the light novel is published, but it's not like new.
Wow.
But what I found out as I watched it that actually kept me watching was not the story, which is a little more low key on like the revenge stuff than I would have thought going in. They I won't say they dial it back, but they spend more time humanizing some of these characters than they absolutely need to. It's that
Yeah.
there's actual comedy that is funny sprinkled in there that did not piss me off. Like
Yeah.
that made a big difference. Is like I could enjoy parts of the show that were not just the degenerate isekai revenge pieces. It ain't high art at all, and it is a harem, and it makes no bones about it. But there's a twist in like the first 6 episodes where it's like you realize it's a harem visually, but like
There's other stuff going on.
They show you the
fun.
girl
That's
and
good.
they make the connection very early. Like, these other people are kind of window dressing, but like, yeah. Okay,
I like fun. Fun is good. I like fun series.
I mean,
We're
I'm
gonna
not
get
gonna
to another
lie.
series later on that I think is not that great, but it looks fun.
Yeah.
I'm not a harem person, but I was enjoying
I
was enjoying the shit out of this show. And I was just like, another girl, bring her along. Let's go. You too. Get your ass in the get
in the bus.
Anime's made me a little bit degenerate. So I don't know what to say about that.
Okay. Next we have, I think, Realist Hero.
Realist
Hero.
I was a huge fan of the show.
I liked it too.
Watching it. Yeah.
Yeah. Straightforward.
Don't know what
I mean, I don't have much to say about it. Yeah, I thought it was a good way to deal with like it's basically diplomacy economic anime, and I thought it was nice. It's like which is kind of like what Log Horizon is a little bit, but this isn't the same as that. And I just really enjoyed it. Yeah, overall, just fun series. And he has a harem.
Log Horizon
so
many times.
You couldn't finish it?
I got like episode 10 of season 2. Whichever episode was where the ninja girl was like running around on Christmas, like fighting something.
Yeah, that was like later in season 2 when they're trying to figure out there was like someone was attacking all the leaders.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just like I stopped.
Wait, isn't that the newest
that
season? That's season 3.
No, is that season 3? That's season 2. No, that's definitely
I don't remember what season 3 was then.
2
oh no, I know what season 3 is. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, 2 was the raid to get all the money to whatever. I love Log Horizon. Log Horizon was good,
yeah.
Yeah,
I like the high points, but like getting to where I'm at right now, I was like, fuck, like I almost fell asleep. Like,
like World Trigger is like the Log Horizon of shonen, right?
Oh,
like,
really?
But at least World Trigger can like at least those characters are like evocative enough for me.
Yeah,
to
true.
Like,
true.
Who are you? Where you come from? Like these other ones, they're just like, I'm a
the later season of Log Horizon is very, very good. And also the last half of that second season, especially when what's the guy's name?
You told me it focuses more on the raid in that last half, right?
Yeah, but the night dude and he goes missing and like they
like
when I started seeing those enemies, I was like, hey, yo, wait, this could be a real serious show. So yeah, I'm a big fan. And I'm also a big fan of Realist Hero, but again, because it's like a fun textbook how to like deal with diplomacy and economics and logistics, and there's some warfare. They got into some fighting. Main character's kind of brutal, low-key, because he does off-screen kill like thousands of people in one of those episodes, and he's like, it's just good tactics. It's like, yeah, you're right.
I glossed right over that. I was just like, yeah, he killed 2,000 people. Yeah, whatever. It's war.
Yeah. So I think we're in agreement there.
What's next?
Well, technically, what's next is World's End Harem, but that's because one episode, and they just pieced on it.
Yeah, like I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
I didn't watch the first episode that aired.
I didn't even watch the first episode, but I'll check out whatever the hell else is gonna get released. Are they gonna like re-release?
I heard it was
gonna
get pushed, and that's why I didn't watch it. Yeah, I think they're gonna actually release it this season.
Yeah.
I don't know if this. I mean, I don't know if you're just. This is supposed to be like etchy. Like I'm watching
this
this
for the season.
I'm watching this specifically because I feel like there's a degenerate audience out there, you know. So I haven't really tapped into it. Like
Shut up.
I don't know what that is. What was it? Oh, the thing you guys hate, the regular. Yeah, I feel like there's a degenerate audience out there. I haven't really tapped into it. Like I've dipped my toes in a little bit with certain series that are like minorly ecchi, but this is supposed to go like full fucking frontal.
Well,
so full disclosure, I'd heard of this series, the manga, for a long time, like years before it got announced. I think I tried to read it a couple times and just could not believe what they were trying to pull off here. There's a very specific scene that I think is in the first episode that kind of tells you everything you need to know about this. You'll know within about 2.5 minutes if you're gonna be watching this and you're into it or you're not. Like it's the premise is right out there. I don't know if I will watch it myself. I think for some of the other stuff that we've had, whether it was redo of Healer, or really anything else, like the kind of like outrage bait kind of show for the season. I don't know if this one has as much to offer as far as like the ecchi side. For fans of that, I'm not like specifically a big fan, and I also don't know if it has a lot to offer on the wacky, over the top storytelling. I do know a lot of the character reactions are legendary from the manga, so if you know, it could be your thing. I'm not against it. I know those people is like, man, it sucks because it's trash, and it's no. Degeneracy is fine. It's just this particular one, I just couldn't believe it got made. So like maybe there's some morbid curiosity in me to see how it goes.
We shall see. Ousama ranking.
That's your show, Jordan.
I will be continuing.
That's
that's not anyone's show but my show.
Everybody else's show.
No, I'm still not caught up yet. I'm gonna get caught up this upcoming Thursday. I'm gonna do like all 3 episodes, and I'm like, well, I'm behind 2 episodes and then a new episode, so I'll get caught up. But
man, you should have seen how in that last episode.
Well, I feel like I already got spoiled because I think I saw like some other people's like thumbnails, so I know what the weapon is. But other than that, like,
don't go to the channel. Don't go to our channel. Like you don't need
it's too late. I already saw it. It doesn't matter. I just, the show is so, I can't even say like warming because like shit, so fucked up shit constantly happens.
It's
everywhere. And I'm like, this is a child. Oh my God, he's disabled. The fuck are you people doing? But hey, like, I'm sticking around for trauma porn. I'm sticking around for y'all gonna get stunted on one day, and it's coming. And when it comes, you're gonna deserve it.
Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna put work on somebody, and I'm excited for it. So I just love the fact that there is like there is so much depth to it that I just don't know about. Like I don't know how to decide how I feel about characters, because characters aren't there. There's no like good, bad. Like everyone's a gray area, and that is something I love. And you're
Except
right.
for Domus, it's fuck Domus all day. I'm sorry, it's.
I don't know, man. Me and I hate dumbass, but I kind of like him a little bit.
No. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on.
I like he's redeemable a little bit. I'm just saying. Well, what I was gonna say is It is heartwarming. Heartwarming. You're right. Damn. How did I fuck up on
I just
warming?
I don't
Weird.
know.
I don't like
Okay.
this. This is weird. That's kind of weird. Can you say it?
Warming?
Okay. Well,
Am I
it's just
doing
because
it
you had to
wrong?
say heart.
Yeah, heartwarming.
Look, you
Am I
even said
doing
it a
it
little
too?
bit. I'm
Yeah, am
just
I
saying
doing it
something's
too? Yeah.
Okay.
something's coming. I don't know what that is.
I don't know
But
what it
it's a
is.
little bit
Let's
that
stay away from that
it's
word.
wholesome. It's fun. It's action packed. There's story. There's sad moments. There's highs and lows, and just there's so much intrigue with all of these different elements that I just love it so much. And that's why I said, man, that's my anime too of this year. Not of this year, but of this season for sure. I mean, anime of the year. Something else. Sorry.
Yeah. Wait, is JoJo coming back? They have it here. JoJo's not coming back this core.
It's possible.
Well, is it? Are we
I mean,
getting the second?
I think it still has like December 1st here, but Netflix hasn't even
it's
announced.
still technically ongoing. It's still technically
but they haven't announced the second
it's
part.
It's also airing on Japanese TV, right?
Oh, I didn't know it was
probably,
airing on Jap. Oh, well, then that's why it's probably included.
Yeah, I think it's airing on TV in Japan. But but the schedule of that may be that they do the release of the second half in time
once that catches up.
Yeah, once the Japanese TV release catches up.
Oh,
it's
okay.
done. Like they're not. I mean, it's finished.
They've finished producing the entirety of it.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay. Well, then hell yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool. I was thinking they were just gonna drop them at the end of every season.
Yeah, so I don't know what the release schedule is. Funny. We've talked a little bit on the show about just in general what the impact of some of the investment from the live streaming in the production side. My understanding is that when a series is ordered through Netflix, they are obligated to basically hit like certain milestones for the release. So if it's a 10 to 12 episode, they have to be done 4 months, I think, before the scheduled release, so that Netflix can do whatever the hell it's doing. And there is a simulcast for Netflix Japan and the whatever TV, if a TV company was part of the committee. So that when you see like, okay, we know it's 24 episodes, but you got 12, usually that means that they finished the production on the other the delivery on the other 24. Otherwise, I don't know if Netflix would no, I don't know. I've read some things here and there. So my belief is that it is actually done, or it's more done than it would be if it was a 2-core airing live on TV. Like some of those episodes for TV, they don't get finished until like 3 days before the air date, final production. A lot of stuff that like we watch on a weekly basis, and it's fucking crazy. So I don't know how they do that. It's insane to me.
That crunch is fucking ugh.
Yeah, but I think JoJo is actually done. So I have fingers crossed there shouldn't be any any delays other than their own scheduling. Okay. I don't have much else to say about it. I love it. If you haven't watched it yet, it's on Netflix. Go fucking watch it, man. Like I don't know what to tell you.
What's your favorite part?
My favorite part aligns with my favorite Joe stars. So I actually like Battle Tendency and Stone Ocean are like my two like most favorite. A lot of people like Stardust Crusaders because it is the most readily accessible to anyone who grew up in the 90s, because the OVA that came out was a Stardust Crusaders OVA, and that's what got popularized. But I like Joseph Joestar because he is a fucking goof, but then he's also hilarious. So like genuinely, like it's goofy, but he's also very naturally funny. And I like Haman more than Stans, which I know is heresy. But Stone Ocean has like more of the very wacky, wild Stans. Like we've gotten far away from I shoot fire. I turned into a little whip thing. It can go in your brain.
I'm a mirror.
I have a sword. I'm a dog. Like we've gotten away from that and more into like Stans being esoteric philosophy made into a strange creature with an ability that makes no sense when it's first described, but then you see it in action, you're like, oh, that's the most busted bullshit I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of got that same sort of vibe a little bit with some Stans in part 6.
Yeah, so I think Stone Ocean of the more modern ones is definitely my favorite. Steel Ball Run, which is what comes after Stone Ocean, is an odd series because when it was running, nobody knew what its connection was to JoJo for reasons I won't go into in order to preserve the excitement others may have. Now that we are many years away and we're in another arc and stuff has been explained, I think it loses some of its mystery but gains its connection back to the main series. So in another where I'd probably say Steel Ball Run, mostly because there's a hilarious in the manga this Jesus is a sort of a character. That's all I'm gonna say. Sort of. Nobody get mad if you know what I'm talking about. Like there's like a guy turns into a velociraptor. Jesus is there.
Yeah,
like,
I hear that it's pretty wacky. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm excited for that one too. But what about you, Jordan? What's your favorite? Also, hey, what's your favorite non-JoJo? And then Jordan, after you do the 3 as well.
Oh, what's my favorite
like non-JoJo character?
Oh, well, mine's what's his name?
Not JoJo, not Jonathan.
Part 4, Koichi. Wait, is it Shuichi or Koichi? Reverbs.
Okay.
It's Koichi.
Yeah, Koichi.
Right?
Koichi. Yeah,
he's the one who has like the Super Saiyan power up for his stand.
Yeah. I like that shit. I like that because at least he was willing to get hurt on a regular basis. He was really to basically just be like, all right, we're gonna figure this shit out. And I feel like I primarily just liked him because his stand had like evolutions, but it also was like showing the evolution of the character himself. So I was like, oh shit, like they're all gonna be fucking evolving now, and then nobody else really evolved. And so
who's your favorite JoJo?
I'd say my favorite JoJo. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I like Joseph, but yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to say Joseph. Like Jotaro, like does nothing for me. Does absolutely nothing for me. Like I'm literally just like, you're strong, you're like Kurt.
What?
Yeah, and you're that's it. I did enjoy Josuke, but I feel like they didn't develop him that much. Compared to like the rest of the cast. I felt like the rest of the cast had much more like, evolving like and storylines and like growth. And then as far as part 5 goes, I was just like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. And then when the final villain finally showed up, I was like, I'm more interested in him than I am you, man. I'm sorry. Like the mystery behind it was more entertaining to me than the actual like JoJo. And then when Koichi showed up, I was like, oh shit, they're gonna be crossing over. Like we're gonna run into this person, that person, da. And we did get a crossover, and I did enjoy that near the end. I liked all that stuff, but then also I was just like, bruh, like I felt like he didn't really earn his power up with like Golden Experience.
Happens.
Yeah, I was like,
it just kind of happens.
I was like, you didn't work for that shit, bro. You was just like, power up. Like
so
whatever.
I will give my favorite non.
I haven't finished 6 yet, or the first part of 6 yet.
Yeah.
So I mean, already I fucking love Joe. I already fucking love
Jolene,
her. Yeah.
Jolene is like
the
a
first
fixed
few episodes.
Now.
Yeah. Oh, right, because she's a Florida woman. That actually explains a lot about what she's doing.
I love it. I love her personality. I love how she's like tackling shit so far. And once I get to the end of part 6 or this first part, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I love that bitch. Like it's like she's
goated for sure. My favorite non-Joseph character is always going to be Baron Rudolph von Stroheim, because it's the first and only Nazi that I actually wanted to see more of on TV. Like this, I think you get that I like Battle Tendency a lot.
Oh,
you
know what? You know what? Actually, I changed it. It's not Koichi, it's Iggy.
Oh yeah, Iggy is shit.
Iggy would be like my entire mood. It'd basically be like, why am I here? Like
he's such a garbage person.
Such a fun. That's the.
He's like, what is the?
They were like, can you please help us, nigga? Can you help us?
He's like, I'm done. I don't want it.
Yes.
So
yeah. I like that nigga. Yeah.
For me, I probably go Joseph. That's my favorite JoJo. Favorite non-JoJo, Rohan, because I love the fact that instantly he's like, no, you're a fucking stand user. I don't believe you. Let's see what's going on in that mind. Like, I love that shit, because one thing that I hate about JoJo's is the fact that that weird people like you. First of all, you know that Stan users are attracted to Stan users. Everybody fucking knows this.
Yeah.
Some weird motherfucker walks up to you, and you don't think that's a Stan user.
Yeah, right. They're just shocked. They're like, "Why am I embedded in this wall?"
And then on top of that, it's like they're like, "This is the power of friendship." Except nobody believes each other. But Rohan believed.
That's true.
Rohan believed. So
I
love Rohan.
From that season, the episode when they're at the restaurant and they're just like so distrustful of everything that's going on is actually one of my favorite JoJo episodes of all time. Because at the end, like nothing happened. They ate, they left.
I enjoyed that season for that episode because I was just like, yeah, give us more like wacky shit where it's kind of just like we're not in trouble. It's just like, niggas be having powers. Like, yeah, that's just what it is. Like, so everybody ain't malicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that too.
Okay, let's move on because that was a long one also. Is that everything? Oh no, there's Vanitas.
Vanitas is coming back. I'm not going to watch anything Mahoka related, and this is another spin-off for that. So that's out of here.
No.
So Shaman King, yep, I watched the first 12 episodes of this new remake just to check out what the differences were. It's obviously higher quality animation. The music is good. The animation is still on, I would say it's above, obviously, the first iteration. There are parts that I thought would be better animated than they were early on. So I don't know this deep if things have improved or what the general average state of stuff is. Shaman King was always great. I plan on going back and actually rewatching this because I'm in the midst of rereading Flowers. And so I was like, yeah, you know what, it would be cool to jump back in. And I think it's close to one of my favorite parts of the original story. Was it like that like church organization, that X whatever, like before they get to the tournament, like that's when they introduce those characters.
I don't remember Shaman King.
Yeah, so I am not caught up. I am probably not going to watch it live this season, but it is on my list of things to go and actually rewatch.
I will most likely watch it while I grind levels in Final Fantasy 14 since it's on Netflix and stuff like that. So I will get into it eventually, and then once it gets to the stuff where I'm like, I don't remember any of this shit, then I'm gonna be like, all right, let me pay attention. But Nana Mizuki sings the opening. Apparently there's a shit ton of spoilers in that second opening. The people were like pissed, and I was like, I mean, but if you don't know what it's coming from, like it's whatever. I'm like, these niggas are fighting. It looks cool.
It's not possible. I cannot call something that is almost 20 years old, like a story that's almost 20 years, a spoiler. Like it's not. Sorry.
At this point, it's my fault.
People spoiling Spider-Man 2 days later from
let me tell you all about. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, first of all, Disney, Marvel, what the fuck are they doing? So I haven't watched any of the Tom Holland Spider-Mans at all. So I was trying to buy a ticket for like Friday, but I was like, let me watch the other two. So I was trying to watch the other two on my lunch break today, or like one of them. I was gonna start it. It's not on Disney Plus.
Yeah, because it's owned by Sony.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
And so I'm like, wait a second. Homecoming and Far From Home, no, I can't find them. You have to buy them from Amazon. You have to like rent them from Amazon and shit like that. And I was like, bruh, why is it like, why are you here? But then this is here and that's here, and I gotta pay 1, 2, 3 just to get access to 1 and 2. Like, no.
All right, all you need to do is put on your captain's hat, right? Board your vessel.
Now see, I have a problem with that when it comes to certain things, but when it comes to them motherfuckers, they like to make examples out of random people. So tread lightly over that.
Well, I'm saying via a website, not via a download.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's the plan for tonight. Like after this, absolutely. You kidding me? Yar, it's their fault. Because
I recommend it. Yeah. It's just outside of it. That's why.
Paying, what is it? Is Disney Plus up to 12 or 15?
I don't know. Whatever. I'm paying for too many services. My wife just got Paramount. I'm like, bro.
You got the Paramount. Oh my god.
You know,
about to get back to cable prices.
You know what?
It's already
If
there.
there's like a Columbia Pictures, if there's one of those, or Sony,
Yeah.
if there's one of those types of things, you might be able to watch it there.
I have no hope and no faith.
I don't know.
Okay,
Anyways,
do we want to throw in Vanitas here, even though it's like a little bit pushed down? So we can talk about
yeah.
it out the way. So I think both Jordan and I were enthralled by season 1. The question about season 2 was always, was there enough material in the manga to really sustain it? I think if it's a 12 episode core,
it's a 12.
then we're going to get literally like right up until the latest part of the manga, maybe like a half an arc before, whatever the arc they're on now, we'll finish right before that starts.
Okay,
which means
so
you won't
then
see
it'll be
Vanitas
about
for a
maybe
while.
like
I haven't finished it. I haven't finished Vanitas.
Okay.
Oh, you haven't
But I liked it. But I
Yes,
liked it.
it's good. It's
Oh,
good.
you didn't finish the
I
first
liked
season?
it. I just didn't finish it. I'm only halfway. I think I'm like 6. I think I'm around episode 6. I'm going to finish it during my little break here.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just knock that shit out because I enjoyed it. It's just one of those. It's the same thing with like Platinum End, right? Like, well, I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But it's the same
it
thing
was
where,
going
like,
off on my shit. Really? People weren't watching it?
for you, no. So this is, I don't really, we don't judge so much based on views as we do on likes. Because I feel like likes are a better determiner because people can click on your video, that's a view, and then they just leave. And so like if you combo likes with like average view duration, that's a better idea of like if people actually like the series. And so for Vanita specifically, that shit was barely hitting like 50 likes, which at the time, like other things were like 70, 80, 90 likes. And I was like, okay, well, I feel like people don't really like this as much as I thought. So I stopped, but it is one that I really enjoyed and I'm going to pick it up because I did enjoy it.
Yeah, it was on our weekly review block, and so we covered it for the whole time. I remember
Awesome.
we're just like babes in the woods out here. We pick the stuff that we like. We don't pay attention to the metrics, and we just meander along through a season.
That's awesome. I love that.
Even though it could be killing our viewership, and we have no idea. We have no idea. But yeah, so Jordan, I don't know if you had any strong do you remember where the season left off? Because I looked at the trailer for season 2, and it was like they're hunting something, and I didn't remember where we were at.
Well, they definitely were talking about some kind of, oh crap, Joe. Okay.
Hey, don't worry. I'm gonna take off my headphones. You guys can talk.
No,
never mind. I take it all back.
We'll go next. We'll go to something else. We'll go to something else.
Vanitas season 2. Good. All right, next.
We'll be watching it. Okay.
I'm gonna be watching it too.
Yeah.
So next up is, what is this one? Strong Sage with the Weakest Crest. Mm-hmm. Based off of the PV, and this is like brand new stuff now, you guys. We're in like the,
let's go.
I'm more so interested in the premise than I am the production, but we've been proven wrong several times before.
Especially the production. Like, you thought the animation didn't look that good for it?
No.
I thought it looked. I didn't think it looked
I've seen much better stuff on PVs this season. I feel like this is gonna. It's like,
I thought it looked high.
It's like mid.
To
me,
I thought it looked fun.
So Kirito with a bad haircut is a mage in this one. And
oh no, I don't think the story's good. So I think that what it is like the same sort of vibe as like Misfit of Demon King Academy.
Yeah.
Where it's not good, but it's fun. Because like what I liked about Misfit of Demon King Academy is he just never stopped being more powerful than everybody. It was so cool.
Right, yeah. He was like, when he killed that guy with his heartbeat, I laughed my ass off. I actually genuinely laughed.
Like, I think that's the same vibe we're gonna get. He's just so overpowered, power leveling fantasy, and it's gonna be fun, but I don't think that it's gonna be good.
I don't think it's gonna be deep, evocative, moving. Yeah, I think it's just gonna be a fun ride, which is why I'm already like, I'm gonna watch probably like the first 2 or 3 episodes. I don't know if I'm gonna cover it like anywhere. I think this might be something that I would like leave for the season and then come back one random like Saturday and just basically be like, all right, let's just watch this shit. Let's just knock it out. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, so. I don't have high hopes for it, but I've now moved past hate. I've released my hate for these types of series. And now I'm just curious about what tiny wrinkle to the formula is going to be introduced here that got this made in the first place.
Why did
all
it
these
get an
are-
anime adaptation?
I just need to answer that question, and I'll watch enough to figure that out, and then I will move off my day. I'm not pressed about
I know
this
in one of
series.
the PVs they were like flaunting the sales of the light novel and shit like that. So I was like, all right, if they buying it, then we gonna see.
I don't want to rip off someone else's opinion, but like I've heard this repeated a couple of times, and I agree. Like I don't read light novels, but if I just go by the stuff that gets adapted, I think my biggest beef is always that the authors or the producers always start their stories out in a way that it's like, so you've read a light novel, isekai or power fantasy or weakest guy becomes greatest dude revenge thing before. So just remember all the details from all the other stuff that you read, and now we're just starting the story, with this version, and that's always bugged me, and I think that's why
And that's what Mushoku Tensei doesn't do.
right, because it's the OG. I guess it was responsible for getting a lot of kicked off. So I mean, I'm not watching it. I'm not caught up. Mushoku Tensei, not caught up. I
was just saying that's another reason why you got to see it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no. I like Mushoku Tensei, and I don't hate all of these types of these stories. Just I want like a little bit of work. Like, take me out to dinner first, please. If you're gonna,
Mushoku will.
If you're gonna fuck me, just take me out to dinner first. Like, give me the fig leaf of like an original idea or a story or some wrinkle on a character that like
Mushoku's gonna take you out for a 5-course fucking meal. That's what.
Yeah, like Overlord. Like Overlord is a prime example of like just stealing good ideas from better stories and better writers, but like they put enough on it. It's like fill the plate with. So you ever go to I don't know, Joe, you live in Florida, like those crab boil restaurants where it'll be where it'll just be like, nice, here's boil. A bunch of shit. Do you like fucking crab? Do you like lobster? Do you like corn? Like they'll just like
I love those
potatoes, eggs, sausages.
Right. They hit you with a bucket of bullshit, and like you will eat. It's not bad food. You would eat any of it individually, but the reason you're there is because these motherfuckers put it in a bucket. They shove that shit.
Sauce.
They they just slap that butter on it and said, you want to eat this, don't you? And you're like, yes, sir. Yes, I
do. They're good, man. They're good. So but you're right. It's not like high quality. Like, okay.
No. But yeah. So I don't think we're gonna get that height of stuff from a series like this. But I'll check it to see what's going on.
Yeah. Next is I'm not watching it.
Wait, which one?
I'm not watching it. I don't even want to.
Oh, right, Mahoka.
I'm not watching.
Well, I'm not either, so that's cool. We can skip it. Fuck it.
Okay, moving right on.
Yeah. Now this one, I'm excited. The trailer.
Me too. I'm kind of excited too.
Amazing.
I'm a little giddy.
Oh my god, it looks so good. I know nothing about it, but just off of what I read and like seeing the PV, I was like, This is it. This is gonna be a banger. I feel like it's gonna be a banger for just like the community as a whole. And I know that a lot of people don't like romance fans are like romance fans, and then you got the shonen niggas who will never watch anything except for shonen. But like this is like I feel like it. The vibes I'm getting, it's giving me like this is a classic. Or am I gonna get another Toradora?
I've read some of the manga, probably not quite up to whatever they're gonna show in this season, but I usually do not like series like this. But the manga itself is very easygoing. It's like it's easy to read, and the subject matter. I don't know if they fully show what the skills of all these people are, but it's the author who made it has an appreciation for cosplay, as well as an appreciation for sewing, as well as an appreciation for some of the other places those skills can go. So if you're into those things, this is it should be an easy watch. That's what I got out of the preview, and the art is actually better than I would have expected, because if you read the manga, like the parts that are the drawing of clothing and measurements and other things like that are very detailed, but the actual like individual character panels are actually a little bit scaled back as far as the detail goes until someone's in an outfit or they're out doing something. So when I saw the animation quality here, I'm like, well, this got more budget than I would have thought this would have gotten.
Yeah.
So I think it'll have its niche audience, and but I don't know about hype. That's the thing. This is not going to be any kind of like a hype magnet, even for like romance fans.
Okay.
Like, it's not like stirring violins and over the top feelings. It's not like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking.
I think it looks fun. What I am hoping is we get at least one borderline trademark infringement cosplay. Please.
I think that
either video game or anime.
It is video game related. I think you will get. I think you will get it.
Yeah, cool. That's all I want, man. If you're doing cosplay, just give me like that, you know how you go, you watch Devil's Part-Timer and he works at McRonald's or something like that. Yeah, that's what I want, you know. I just want some like borderline trademark infringement.
Don't worry, you'll get what you need.
Awesome.
Okay.
I'm happy. I'm super excited for it as well.
Yep, and it's pretty wholesome too. So good stuff there. What's next? We have
Genius Prince.
Genius Prince.
I heard about this at the same time that what do you call it? Realist Hero came out. This is is it based on a light novel? Yeah, I heard these were both mentioned in the same context, but I think this Genius Prince is closer to like a traditional sort of kind of reborn story, like not quite isekai.
I thought, wait, is it isekai? I thought it was
it's like
isekai.
Is it not?
I don't think it's isekai.
No, the guy
he's just lazy, right? And
he's just a lazy.
It's supposed to be a comedy version.
Yeah.
I feel like it's supposed to be like a comedy version of how the Realist.
That's what I got.
I heard these all mentioned together, so I couldn't remember if
they do. They came off as very similar because when I saw this before, I like looked at the PV and read the synopsis again. I was like, oh, this is gonna be like Realist Hero, and then I watched it and all and read it, and I was like, oh, this is a comedy show. Like, he's gonna fumble. I'm still interested. It seems like he's gonna fumble into success.
I wanted it to be like Kakegurui. If you were gonna do like a different version of the Realist Hero storyline, like I am actually a very competent administrator, even though I'm lazy and whatever. I would have loved for it to like be about you know how like Kakegurui, it's like, let's take gambling and then we're gonna make it crazy. Like I would have liked to have seen that with like accounting.
That'd be kind of funny, actually.
Like I was hoping that that's where we were going. Instead, it just seems like it's really more of like a character drama, or not drama, character comedy, where like the reason you're watching it is gonna live or die on whether you buy any of the relationships and their potential to create comedy. And I don't know. I'm it's always very hit or miss for me with these types of shows. The girls look cute, so there's that.
I mean, the moment I saw comedy, I was kind of just like,
not a comedy person.
I am a comedy person, but it's just that it has to be like a certain kind of comedy.
Okay, I got you.
Like, I'm not just gonna watch like any. Like, I need something. I guess maybe like Konosuba, like Cautious Hero. Like, I like outlandish. Like, y'all are some nuts. Comedy like this.
I don't know. I feel like I could get a similar.
Whatchamacallit? What was the one? It's the same one from the Konosuba creator that came before Konosuba. Combatants. Like Chin Chin, like naming that shit Chin Chin Palace or some shit like that. Like that. Like the kind of shit where you like shake your head like these niggas. What the fuck, man? Like why would you? That's my kind of comedy.
I'll be mad basic. I love comedy when it's funny. No, but in reality, I think like this gave me the feeling that it wasn't going to be based on gags so much as like recurring character traits that have to bounce off of other people, situations, everything in the story. If I watch the first couple episodes and I wind up caring about like the underlying story, then I can absolutely see how this kind of lighter comedy could make an otherwise unbearably boring sort of situation better, or make something that's actually interesting, pleasant to watch from week to week. Because like I'm watching Sakugan right now this season, and that is absolutely like there's a lot of comedy all over that series, but at its heart, it is a more serious sci-fi father-daughter adventure show. So the comedy just is like a spice. I don't know, like Konosuba, Combatants, and some of these other shows, they are comedy first, and then everything
Yeah.
else is second. So if you buy into the comedy, you're gonna be like, oh, I love this. And if you don't buy the comedy, there's not a lot else other than that to get you like super into it. Which is why I never got into Konosuba as much. Because like I was like, the jokes aren't hitting for me because it's not funny. The comedy's just not funny, dude.
I'm also not a huge fan of the comedy in Konosuba. I don't think it's very funny. But you mentioned Cautious Hero. I fucking loved Cautious Hero. Okay, so maybe it is a little different. Okay, so for a second I thought that I was supposed to think they were similar, but maybe not. And then Combatants, I didn't think that was very good. But yeah.
I only watched like the first 4 episodes of Combatants.
I watched the whole thing and I regret it.
Really?
I'm sure you would. Of course you would. I watched the first 8 episodes. And I regret watching more than 4.
I think it was very good. There's a pedophile cat,
wow.
dude. It's weird.
Oh,
It's weird. I didn't like it, dude. There's a big old pedophile cat.
all right.
I am excited for the Genius Prince, though. I think it'll be pretty good.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
If the comedy hits, same thing.
Cautious Hero killed me.
I loved it.
I also like it when you can have a comedy series, and then if the like clips come out, for that show, and you can show some of those clips to anybody of any background, and they will immediately get why it's worthwhile to watch a show. Specifically, I'm talking about the scene when the main character grabs the angel chick and just like she thinks he's finally gonna give her a kiss, and he accelerates. And they're like, her boobs are flying everywhere. Her feathers are falling off. Her face,
her mouth. Yeah, dude, I loved it, dude. This show was great.
The timing, everything. Great. So yeah, give it a shot. I did not even bother watching the PV for this. The
PV is what made me interested in watching this because the premise
the
itself.
description made me not want to watch the PV.
No, the PV looks like it's gonna have some nice ass action. Like,
thank you. Okay, because I'm like, what is this bullshit bootleg Lord of the Rings nonsense?
Yeah, nah.
Like, what is happening?
The whole PV didn't look good, but when the fighting came through, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me give you a few episodes. Like,
okay, all right.
That's how I feel.
Okay.
I'm basically feeling exactly the same, so I don't need to add anything. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Same.
I don't know. I've heard that people like Princess Connect.
I've never watched it. I don't know what that is.
I've heard people love this particular game. I guess.
I mean, people like it. I would not recommend playing it in America because it's run by American companies that run gacha games. Don't run them the exact same way that they are ran in Japan because we don't have the same laws that they have over there, et cetera, et cetera. Anyways, it's a cute show. It's basically the same thing as Grand Blue, where literally like every episode you're just seeing the characters that you pulled for, and you're like, this is how your character would interact with this character that we haven't done a story on in the game yet. Oh, look at that. And there's some good animation that goes along with it. The fight scenes, the production quality is really good, but also it's Cygames. So Cygames has an immense amount of money because of Grand Blue Fantasy, so much money. Oh my God. And yeah, I'm not gonna watch it, but I understand why others would be watching it. I understand that where the fandom comes from.
Do you recommend watching Grand Blue? It's comedy, right?
Grand Blue Fantasy?
The anime, the original one?
The anime, I wouldn't recommend it unless you're very interested in that universe. It moves very slow, and a lot of the stuff that they explain in the anime, you have to supplement yourself sometimes with going to the actual Grand Blue wiki and looking through it, because they assume once again that you're watching the show because you are a fan of the gacha game. So they're just like, oh, here's this character. Oh, look at that character. Do this. Oh, look at that character. Okay, well, where's the main cast?
Oh, I think we're thinking of two different. You're saying Grand Blue.
Yeah.
Grand Blue.
Oh, so I'm thinking of something else. There's an anime called Grand Blue.
One?
I thought they were the same thing. I don't know what it's about, but people said I should watch Grand Blue. But that's different.
Oh,
never mind.
Is that the one about the comedy one with the swimming guys?
Yeah, I think so. Comedy.
Yeah,
No. Comedy with the swimming. Wait, is it comedy with? I don't know. You say swimming, and I just think of free. That's not the same thing, right?
No. Oh my
okay.
God, no.
Okay. I don't know.
Joshi Bait. Okay. Anyway, yeah, Princess Connect. Yeah.
All right. I think we can also skip the next one.
I did not watch
Takagi-san.
Yeah,
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
They're middle schoolers. I'm good.
Right.
Yeah.
whatever, dude. Yeah,
Thanks,
exactly.
yeah.
Just have
Like it
whoever
takes a
that's
little
for.
bit. It takes a little bit for me to be like, because I have to remove myself from reality when it comes to high schoolers and their romance stuff a little bit. But then you make them middle schoolers. I can't do it. I can't even remove myself from the reality of the fact that I'm watching two middle schoolers and she's teasing. Like I've never seen it, but just the concept, I can't do.
I was barely a human being in middle school. I don't want to watch other barely human beings do anything at that level. So I'm out on that one. Lee had a little bit of buzz off of the light novel. It's basically like
the premise.
It's a trapped in a game story, but in a way that, at least from the setup, fully commits the person to, that life. And it's kind of interesting. I heard, at least from the light novel side, that apparently like it's pretty well like written. Like it's actually a pretty good read. I don't read light novels, so it's not just like the premise is cool, like, oh, there's a cool character. Like people who know about it seem to really enjoy whatever the story is. I will probably watch only the first episode here, just to say that I did. The interesting thing is that Maho Film was also behind Standing on a Million Lives. So that was a show that we enjoyed on the show.
Yeah.
And
oh, you guys like that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man, that shit was lit.
Yeah,
wow. I stopped watching it because I thought the animation was kind of shit.
I mean,
the animation is kind of shit.
Yeah, it stays shit, but the story carries the ever-loving shit out that show.
Especially the end of the first season into everything they were doing in season 2. So
yeah,
so it's the same company. From what I saw, this is actually better animated than Standing on a Million, but maybe the aesthetic is just different.
But also, I'm happy that it's a narrative focused show, and then they already did Standing, so that means most likely nothing will get lost in translation from the light novel, hopefully. But we'll see.
Colorful, cute, and there are some serious shit that happens apparently. So hey,
I think
this is your thing. It may be capturing a different audience for this kind of story. Kuroshi Ai, is this a Chinese series?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
Love
so.
of Kill?
I only looked at it. Wait.
I don't think so. No, the name of the character is Yang Ha, so no, it's not going to be a Chinese series.
Oh,
there's no X in his name.
Okay.
But I looked at it. It's okay.
I
thought it was going to be Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but then the trailer was like, no, that's not what it says.
No,
it was like
I don't
know.
I think I might end up watching this just because the Patreon person was going to request it.
Yeah,
but
I think same.
Other than that, I don't. It's really not. It's not really gathering my interest that much.
Nothing stood out to me.
Yeah,
same.
I was hoping, even because the trailer's on the longer side, and there was like, oh, there might be some action, because usually you get like these like assassin versus assassin, like maybe we could get like some good combat anime. No, it's not bad. It's competently made.
Some,
don't know the company behind it.
Thriller moments or something. But yeah, let's go to the next one.
Now,
I'm
Orient
excited.
has a lot of heat behind it. Presumably,
all I want is for them to finish the shit this time, please. Please finish it. Because I know Magi been done and we ain't got nothing. Don't give it to us unless you're gonna give us the rest of it. Please and thank you. But otherwise, I'm in. I haven't even watched the PV. That's how much I'm in. Like,
I watched the PV.
I'm in.
I read it when it first came out because it was a lot of hype in the sense that it was Shinobu Otaka next project. Magi had it ended in it's, so let me think if I remember this correctly. So it's published in a Kodansha monthly young men's magazine, and so when it ended, it was Magi was one of the most popular series, and then almost right away Otaka announced that he had a new project that was coming, and so I really was excited. I read maybe the first like 10 chapters as it was originally running, and I felt like the art was very good but very cluttered, and the story, this may be not necessarily mean anything
for Orient, right?
Yes.
I kind of just looking at the trailer, I kind of felt like the same thing.
Yeah, like there's a lot from like minute one. There's a hell of a lot of shit happening, and it's kind of like all over the place. I don't know if I loved any the sort of the Deuteronomous main characters. I'm not sure I was as into the premise of it. That all of that said, okay, so this is coming from someone who only read the first like 10 or 12 chapters. It is done very well, and
Okay.
apparently the mess of the introduction to the story does set up a lot of like cool powers and new over the top bad guys, like giant things to kill. Like it's going to be one of those fill your screen with stuff kind of shows, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, even if like I felt when I was reading it that I wasn't sure why. Like the story is basically like go out and kill stuff. Like that's like that's generally what they're doing. Now maybe there's a whole ton of depth that comes later. Like I'm waiting for like Hell's Paradise, which is in a weird way kind of similar to Orient, but in reverse. Like Orient is we're going to the big bad broad world, and there's a bunch of like demons and shit, and we're gonna make them all go boom or cut them in half or crazy nonsense. Hell's Paradise is we're coming from the regular world and going into hell, right, where all the crazy demons and other shit are. I think they're kind of like two sides of the same premise. And from the looks of the anime, I actually do want to watch it. I think that it may be a fun weekly show that if you just want big dumb things happening with actually, you know, some good design and some good art. The only thing I was a little iffy on was like the special effects, but it looked fine in the preview. I was pretty happy with what I saw. So
I've never seen Magi.
Oh,
yeah.
Or
the Sinbad thing, none of that stuff. But
yeah, that could be. That's an
I will eventually.
Discussion in and of itself, how to watch.
But Orient it looks cool. So yeah. I'm down. Looks fun at least. At the very least, I don't know much about it, but yeah, looks kind of cool. Two swords.
Yeah, it's gonna be over. I want it to be a little more over the top now, because like when I saw the preview, I was like, oh okay, they made it. They cleaned up a lot, but you're right. There's still a lot of just like shit happening.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
From immediately. It's not like you wait. It's like in the first episode, all the shit that's in the beginning of the PV just starts going down, and you're already like fighting demons that are like the size of buildings and whatever. So it's kind of, and then they get like motorcycles and shit, and it's just
okay.
Yeah, that was a weird thing. I was like, yo, y'all got swords and shit,
and
yeah, motorcycles. But hey, man, I'll still check it out. I don't care. Don't tell me.
There's a term for this. It's called putting a hat on a hat, which is to say like a hat is a nice embellishment, but if you put a second hat on top of the first hat, it's just ridiculous. Like that's what this series kind of is. It's just like, oh, you thought like big ass sword wielding samurai demons are cool. What if we also had motorcycles? What if we also had a little girl with laser whips? You're like, okay, I see. we're just gonna go over the edge. Okay, so cool. That's Orient. Oh, don't really know very much about fantasy Bishojo.
Not interested.
I'm kind of interested. I think it could be good. I think that based on the PV,
senpai.
Based on the PV, I think that it might actually be kind of good. Essentially, two middle-aged guys that are like best friends get reincarnated. One of them is a really hot middle-aged guy who's super OP, and the other one is a really cute little girl. And they're like, it's like what I don't know. For some reason, they might be interested in that, but they're like, no, I'm not interested, bro. Like we're like, no, this is weird. So I think they're making fun of that instead of like making it. Because if I got reincarnated with my best friend and he was a cute little girl, I would not be interested in it. And so like that part of it, I'm like, that's kind of weird. I don't want to. I'm like, I know that my best friend's a little like cute girl or whatever. First of all, I gotta stop saying little cute girl because that's kind of weird.
This description is not helping.
What was that anime from like last year where it was the Yakuza guy who had to get a full like sex change operation in order to escape from like being murdered, and he became like an idol?
I don't know that.
Oh yeah, wasn't it three of them?
Yes, I'm sorry. It was three of them. Yeah, they become like an idol group.
I don't remember the name, but I know what you're talking about. Here,
yes.
Well, let's find it.
I don't know.
These are the deep cuts you come to.
Backstreet Girls. Backstreet Girls.
Of course they are. Backstreet Girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Backstreet Girls.
Yeah.
But some of that comes up because they're all dudes, but they're like looking at each other. They're like they're fucking hot. It's like, what is going on?
Yeah, so I think that if they properly make fun of that, then I think that I might be interested in it. And I think that they're also going to introduce other elements, like other characters that play a role into it that might make it better. But if they actually make like a love interest between this dude and his best friend, regardless of if he looks, I don't even know if they're going to be referring to her as
That's
like
the mind of
her
a
or
middle-aged
he.
man.
Like,
It's fine. It's fine.
I don't know, but it's just personally, I'm like, if I got reincarnated with my best friend and he looked like a chick, I still wouldn't be interested in him because that's my best friend. And I'm still going to see him as a dude. I don't know. Maybe it's different. Maybe there's some magical spell. I don't fucking know.
All I saw in that preview was middle-aged Kirito, and I was like, all right, so they know what's going on. They have an audience. Because there's a character who looks like he has the same haircut, the anime. He's not he's one of the supporting cast, but he's like not the protagonist. But he's got the Kirito cut, he's got the black sword, he's got the same fucking jacket. Like, anyway, I will give it a look. Again, if the comedy is funny, I will I'll buy in. If it's sort of loose or I don't really get what's going on, then fine. It'll live in its own world and I'll know nothing about it. But
same.
Yep. What's next?
Hygiene.
Yeah, I'm not watching this.
I have zero interest in this.
Yeah.
Synopsis is like knockoff combatants.
Exactly. I was about to say. I read. I'm like, is this combatants? But it's also much worse. That's possible.
The next
I'm sure it might not be that bad, but yeah, I'm not interested.
Someone watch it and prove us wrong because it's not going to
Sabikui Bisco, you're in?
I've been looking forward
to this. Yeah, we've been looking forward to this.
I have a bad take on this. I have a take.
What?
If you look at that trailer, this shit is going to be animated so bad.
What?
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be motion animation in it that much. I think that the motion is going to be more implied, which I fucking hate in anime.
I feel like we saw a really good like early on trailer where it was like phenomenal.
But
okay, maybe I just saw a bad trailer. What I saw in terms of action was stills with minor movement in like hair, clothing, things. But I don't think we're gonna get, like, for example, he's got a bow, right? I don't think we're ever gonna get this. I don't think we're going to actually get the pull. I think it's going to flash to an already drawn bow and then explosion. Flash. I don't think it's ever going to be
I know
actual,
what you're saying.
I
know what you're saying.
I think it looks pretty, but there's no actual motion. I don't think it's going to be as bad as like Record of Ragnarok, but I think that they are going to imply motion in these things. And it's just going to be a very average animation, even if the keyframes do look nice. I just don't think it's going to be, but also the story kind of looks nice. So I think I'm still going to end up watching it. I just don't think I don't think it's going to do well on
the teaser trailer has a lot of action going on, like of actual like movement, not the PV. The oldest video.
I watched the new one, so maybe I'm fucking wrong here.
Because that's what
you guys
I'm
talk. I'll check it out.
Well, yeah, no, that's my like.
Oh, it's a new one that just dropped 8 hours ago. What the fuck?
So for me, when I first saw this, I was taken in by the world and the wackiness of the concept. And frankly, that first teaser, I had no idea what the series was going to be about. None whatsoever. So I was just intrigued to say, like, hey, this is series, seems like it's an original, and it's got some wild and wacky shit going on. Let's find out more. The more that I've seen of it, the more I'm interested in the actual story. The idea of like
Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
But
the ambition is definitely there. Don't know anything about the light novel. I thought it was original. It is based on a light novel, but the bottom line is that I think that I'm still not sure what I'm going to be looking for out of this series. It could be the case that the animation is competent, but it's living a lot more on its aesthetic and style than any like actual execution, which there are. I would say like the first couple of JoJo David production adaptations were basically in the same boat, for the most part. They like cost saving and implied action and the mouth flaps and all that other stuff. We'll see if I watch this and some of the cost-saving measures really do stand out, and the story is not all the way there early on, then I could see this being a challenging watch, or at least in the sense that it's just not living up to some of the potential. I'm still very excited for it, though. Everything I've seen from the previews has introduced a story I actually give a shit about, and we'll see how far the wacky side of it goes. I think, Jordan, you might have a similar observation to how what was the show that we watched this or last season? The Gods. What was it? The Gods Only Know Peace. What is it? You remember that one?
Peace?
Edison.
Oh, Edison deities.
Oh, Edison. Oh, yeah.
Right. Edison is I feel like our reaction to it was I watched the first episode before Jordan did, and I was like, oh shit, I'm into the show. I think, Jordan, you saw the preview of the episode or beginning of it, and you were like, I don't know about this animation. And then
yeah.
So
the animation was good though.
It is, but it put off a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people
really.
Yeah.
I didn't care about the rape scene at all.
Well, that was an intense one.
That shit was that was rough for sure.
That really didn't like shake me. It was more so just I was just like, wait, so this is gory as fuck.
Oh yeah, it's definitely really very
like,
much.
I wasn't ready for that. That didn't make me want to drop it. I was kind of just like, this wasn't what I got.
There was a reaction that I read to the first episode where the first sentence was literally like, animation is mid and whack as fuck. And I'm like, this person wherever they saw, I'm like that.
Yeah.
I think they were reacting to the aesthetic, like the aesthetic.
Okay, yeah,
didn't click.
maybe.
But also, like, that is a very like specific aesthetic, and like they did not veer outside of that. Like that was their shit, and they stuck to it, and they made it work, and it looked great because they didn't abandon it. Games
graphics suck, and it's like, what does that mean? It's like, well, is it that they're low fidelity? Is it that the animations, are janky and break the immersion, or is it the style that you do not like the style and the aesthetic of what you're looking at? So it's like graphics suck. I think it kind of fell into that category. This one, Sabikui Bisco, looks bright and colorful, and I'm not annoyed by the screaming main character the way I would be in some other shows yet. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, like
Clover
Asta first appeared.
What? Oh, we were all thinking Black Clover. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I didn't watch Black Clover for a minute because of I was just like, this nigga's so loud. Like,
it was his first voice acting job.
Oh my god! I mean, now now it's amazing.
Yes, literally. First VA job, the guy.
It's amazing now. I love it. But yeah, the beginning, I was like, I'm gonna have to get used to this nigga, like, because this is a lot. Oh my god.
Do either of you read Black Clover?
I was a reader. I was caught up at the time it started. Now, yes. No, I'm caught up to today as well.
Hey,
yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah. I always felt. You know what's funny about Black? I will keep this very short. I think that people don't realize the irony of what makes Black Clover work despite all the problems it has, both in production and even like, it's not like a beautiful manga to read half the time either. Like it's nice, but it's not like, oh, this is, you gotta look at page 6 and chapter 280.
Yes. It's
the pacing. They move very quick. If you don't like something in this series, they get out of it like very quickly.
That's fair.
Very quickly. Like, I've never seen a series saved by its pacing the way I saw Black Clover.
Well, that's like the modern manga thing. Most manga now are moving pretty fast, which is good. Yeah, it's not that 90s pacing. Oof.
I can take that. Could you imagine if some of those early fights were like 80 chapters long?
Oh my god, dude. It would be dead.
God.
It would. Oh my.
Okay.
Sabikui Bisco, I am gonna watch. I think it's gonna be good. But yeah, that was my only hot take, is that I think that the animation might not be that good. So my initial hot take, I did like present it as like really fucking hot and spicy, but like I don't think it's gonna be
it would be a B by. It would be B minus.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's gonna be great, but it's gonna be like very average. But the close-ups look beautiful. Beautiful close-ups. I like the aesthetic of the close-ups.
Yeah.
I looked at Barao no Soretsu. I read enough Shakespeare in high school and college. I don't care about this, but maybe
wow.
really does.
I'm Shakespeare.
I thought it looked pretty fun.
Also, it might be very great. It might.
Oh,
be
you're
very
just
great.
not Okay, fair.
I
Hey,
don't. I'm
I mean,
done.
JC
I don't even
staff
need
is
to talk
behind
about
it.
it. So
JC staff is behind it, so that's something. It
Yeah.
looks, when I say it looks, I'm using like the broad term. It presents itself well. I'm
Mhm.
just not interested in the
This just
material.
doesn't seem like something that's going to keep my attention. Like,
Yeah.
and I also, if they move at Shakespeare's pace, also, no, whatever.
I think it will be fine. It'll be fine.
Doll's Frontline, don't care.
I don't at
I
all.
pieced
I
right
watched
out
the
of that
trailer
one.
and I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna like this.
Do not
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Um,
Oh, we forgot about
Half
Yashahime.
Demons. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not watching it anyways, so
I'm not either.
I will. At some point I am going
how
to
many
watch
episodes there are there?
a lot.
I thought that was gonna be like a cute, like, like
Side
2
story.
or 3 core series.
Money.
They're like, oh no, we're
Money.
back, bitch.
Money.
Yeah, money.
Yeah.
And they must be making a good chunk of fucking money because they're like, yeah, we're not ending this.
True.
Good for them.
Akebi-chan, this is for a different audience.
This is not for me. I don't care.
It'll be- I think it'll be very
literally
good.
could not care.
It
Oh,
looked good.
it looked good.
It looked
It
good.
looked visually. Oh,
Yeah.
They gave it a budget. Woo.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this is not for me. This is somebody else who saw this the preview and was like, I'm gonna be in heaven for a season. I looked at this and I'm like, well, that's a story that will go untold in this whole.
I feel that. Yeah.
But there's a lot of good animation, so maybe I'll probably see. It's good that I did watch it so that when some of these shots show up on Sakaguboru, I'll know what show it's from. Like walking, moving, like you could tell even by the way like hands are drawn.
Oh, there's gonna be like a
animated.
running out the classroom scene. Like
like I want to bet that this was a lot of passion from the production team that was behind it, because there's so many things in the preview where it's like how do I say this? Like there's like auteurs content and then there's like public art. This felt like auteurs content. People like going in on eye shots and reflections, ankle movements in a running scene, all this like great, beautiful art. I'm like, wow, it's gonna go. This will be like secret scrolls that never get accessed in this place. But it looks really good. And they do some good stuff with CGI here that I would hope other shows take a look at. The idea of like they'll use CGI for a surface, but they'll draw the rest of the background. And it really comes off like
Comey.
Yeah, really good.
Comey does that.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
The Comey's fucking masterclass.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's fucking gorgeous. I'm watching the Lord MLOE thing because I watched the original series and I loved it. So
I've never seen anything.
It's a special. So it's whatever. Yeah. It's fate. It's like once you're in, you're in. Okay. Like
I'm captured, so I will also watch it, but I don't like.
I'm not yet captured.
I don't understand where.
I honestly, I thought we were getting more of this series because the way they ended it, I was like, okay, so we got so much. You just introduced all this shit and you just ending it. I really, really enjoyed that anime series. So maybe this will be like the jump off point where they're gonna be like, and a new season's coming soon. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm only bothered that like Troika has not done like more stuff that I could watch. Like they went from like creating like some of my favorite shit the last like 6 years to just doing like idol beat and like other shit. It upsets me. It really bothers me.
It's the money.
They're such a good studio. Why are they just making like idolish spin-off shows? Like they did Recreators of like All Noah Zero. Like I was in love with these series. I don't know what happened.
The money.
The money changed.
The Gunplas, they can't compete.
Come back.
They can't compete with the Gundam Gunplas.
You're right.
They can't compete. I mean, I would love, but also I feel like, do they have Gunpla of Aldenoa Zero?
Yeah. Well, no. Sunrise did release some stuff for it.
Okay.
But it didn't sell. If you wanted to buy it now, some of it's actually very expensive because it didn't sell well. So they didn't make a lot of it.
I mean, either way, the idol shit just prints money. Like after a while, they were like, "Y'all, let's Let's actually make some money so that we'll have money to pay people. How about that? Bang.
Hey man, I wish a lot of studios would do that shit. Like go get one anime where they can just make a bank off of, so that way they can do their passion projects. I'm looking at you with studio. You just do stick with something that's gonna make you some fucking money so you can do those passion projects. Cause damn,
look at Love Live. Love Live, they literally did one season and they were like, we struck gold.
It hurts so much.
Gold. Like, we're never letting it go. They make anyways, let's look up.
Whatever.
Slow loop.
not interested.
Cute.
Not interested. Yep, cute.
Yeah.
Not interested.
I think this might be another one where I might just like randomly sit down and watch the first 3 episodes and basically be like, that was cute. I probably will never come back though.
I bet you anyone who knows about this will probably just tell you to read the manga.
Fair.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that. I bet. This seems like one of those genre things. So we can move on. Genso Sangokushi. I've seen enough Three Kingdoms stuff. It's gonna take a lot to really get me super excited for another series in this space.
As soon as I saw that it was historical, I was just like,
yeah. All what I could find of it on YouTube, it just looked like it was pretty generic, but
yeah,
it's to sell some.
It gives me Agorist Wars vibes.
Yeah. Which, the funny thing is that
I watched all of that.
Agorist Wars wasn't bad. It had some good ideas. It felt like something that was both. If it was longer, it would be too long. But it also felt short too.
Yeah, there were several plot lines where I was like, y'all didn't finish that.
They didn't. Yes.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
Missed opportunity there.
Sasaki told Miyano,
don't know shit. All I know is Studio Dean. That's the only thing I know.
I'm watching it. It's BL. It's automatic. Like, yeah.
Well,
did you watch?
What's the best BL that you've seen?
It's actually a live action. It's 30 Maho, the 30 Years a Virgin. It's literally so fucking popular that there's a movie releasing in April because of the popularity of the live action show. There's not an anime version of it yet. It's literally about a guy who reaches 30 years old, and there's like a rumor or saying that like if you reach 30 and you're a virgin, then you gain magic powers. And he gains magic powers, and if he touches someone, he can like listen to what's going on in their mind. And he ends up like in the elevator with one of his colleagues and finds out that one of his male colleagues has like the hugest crush on him.
This actually sounds kind of cool.
It's really fucking good.
Jordan,
that sounds dope.
We never talked about this. So there's a BL that apparently people were popping off about this season. That like behind the tricolored world.
Yeah. I never watched it. I was gonna save it.
I would describe it to me as like ghost ejaculation. That's what the story is.
Oh, okay. That's not gonna be Sasaki to Miyano. Sasaki to Miyano is high school shonen ai, so there's like no smut, like which I prefer that in the high school BLs because like thank you. Now the office worker stuff, it's like, well, we're adults here, so whatever, get to it. But if you want now a BL anime that's really good off the top of my head.
Wait, what was that first thing called? That shit sounded dope.
30 Maho. It's Cherry Maho, like 30 Years of Virgin. If you type that in, you'll be able to find it somewhere. But it's not streaming anywhere on like Crunchyroll stuff. You have to find it.
ExpressVPN, boy.
Oh well, no. There's a blog that specifically like does subs for live action Japanese shows. So cool. It's completely open and accessible. I'll find it again and send it to you. But
definitely,
as far as like right now,
awesome.
That is like the best like BL representation period, because it's one of those like runaway popular things where like it was BL, they really weren't expecting it to do that well in the ratings anyway, and it just fucking exploded. And like
sounds awesome.
They fucking love it. So I would recommend that over like any anime. And I mean, there's like Junjo Romantica, but that's problematic in its own ways. Actually one really, really, really good one, and you guys probably heard it. It's it's a Yakuza one. Twittering Birds Never Fly.
Yes, I've heard of that
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
That shit, and it's in multiple parts. I think all the parts aren't out yet, but if you want like a good, like a BL with like a really good fucking narrative, like not like just like, oh my God, this is drama, but just like different people in different situations dealing with like fucked up shit, plus, you know, Yakuza shit. And then the BL storyline just so happens to be part of it. Like, it's not like they're gay. Oh my God, they're gay. It's like, no, like, yeah, okay, these niggas are gay, but also like these are their lives, like as Yakuza, and that being a part of it. So yeah, I would recommend.
I wrote down both of them.
And those are movies. So yeah.
Oh, cool. Easier.
Let's yeah.
So based on what's left, I only have a couple that I'm actually very interested in. So maybe we can speed through unless there's anybody.
I think I only have 2 more I'm interested in.
Okay. So quick shout out to Black Lotus. If you've been watching it as it's been airing live on TV, I think it's actually one of the better ways usage of CGI in a full, you know, weekly series. Blade Runner obviously provides a lot of source material background to make the world work, but I've actually enjoyed the directing in like episodes and shots. It's not the greatest story like ever told or anything, but it's a good, if you liked any of the other supplementary what's the name of the Blade Runner anime that released as like a companion for the last movie? It's the name is escaping me. That was also pretty good, but it was a short. I think it was 30 or 40 minutes. Black Lotus is actually pretty good. So it's available. You can watch it on TV or on cable. It's runs on
Adult Swim, right?
Adult Swim. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
It's
good.
I was gonna say it's the same thing. It's one of those things that they have a deal with Crunchyroll. It's them.
Yep.
Because now they do that.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty cool. Futsai Boys. Nope.
Sayuki, the one that I'm actually interested in is The Police in a Pod.
I was gonna get to that one right after that. Sayuki Reload. That's been a million of these.
Is it lower for you? For me, it's before Black Lotus.
Oh no, it's after. So.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Let's just skip to that one then. Yeah.
Wait, which one is that one? Police in a Pod.
It's Hakazume. Yeah, it's further down.
Hakozume Koban Joshi no.
Yeah, that one actually, I could watch that as like easy watching, because when I read the description, I'm like, is this Yuri? It's like, no, it's not at all. This is a workplace slice of life, but focus on.
That one was above Blade Runner for me. I didn't pay this any mind. Y'all are interested in that?
There were some scenes that I saw that looked like the kind of thing that I would enjoy, where it's like how do I say this? These are the types of shows where the characters are written in a way that is realistic, because the show presents itself as a seinen. So it's sort of like, everything, these are adults, they're more grown up scenarios, but like their interactions are going to be the thing that get you coming week to week because they feel natural, and all of the dialogue and the scenarios and some of the comedy, I could see precisely how I would be enjoying that show, if that makes any sense. It looked confidently written and funny, but not over the top.
So I'm on the fence about it. I'll definitely watch it. I don't know if I would ever do I don't think a reaction for it would succeed, even though it's Madhouse. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't think that format is right for a show like this, but it just seems like confident. Please stop.
Oh,
Calico. Is that a Calico?
Yes.
Hey, we love Calicos.
Very annoying when she's hungry, and she's apparently very hungry. But be that as it may. So yeah, Hakazume, I think I was pleasantly surprised. I'm not gonna talk about it probably week to week, but it definitely looked like something that was not made by fools, made by competent people doing something.
I'm interested in this Tokyo 24 Coup.
I was surprisingly the same.
I watched those PVs and I was like, I think this is something I can get behind.
It was the animation, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the animation. When homeboy jumped off that shit and slammed into that train.
Yep, on the train, he grabbed the hand. I'm like, oh, okay, they got.
Oh, this is the one where he's got the superpowers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the one that I actually like. I confused this one with the Tribe 9. Yeah, this is the one I like.
Yeah, I'm also into Tribe 9, but for different reasons.
I mean,
I'm not really into Tribe 9.
I'm watching Tribe 9 because Danganronpa, like creative team, is behind it. And if you anything Danganronpa, I'm gonna be like, I need it. I'm gonna watch, or anything Danganronpa related, I'm gonna need it and want it because like I want another Danganronpa, but you know, until we get that, I'll take whatever I can get. Now, relating Tribe 9 to their most recent project, Akudama Drive. I enjoyed the ride for Akudama Drive. So now I need them to learn their lesson and just learn how to stick the fucking ending.
Yeah.
Cause
make that story work.
Yeah. Cause they had niggas going. They were killing niggas. Like I was like, okay, yeah. I mean, I expected this, but they actually developed. What was homeboy's name? The nigga?
Which was the ninja,
Brawler?
the ninja dude? Oh, Brawler. Yeah.
Brawler.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah,
with the dreadlocks. Yeah, that dude was.
I was like, oh yeah, he's so strong. He's not, and they were like, nope, he's dead. And I was like, oh,
I didn't give a shit about anybody in the show. That's why I didn't like Akudama Drive.
Oh, really?
I didn't care about anybody. Every death, I was like, okay, I don't care. Like I literally I had no attachment to anybody. I thought it was not a great show, but it was beautiful.
The way that Doctor went out, I was like, God damn.
I enjoyed it. I think I knew where they wanted to go, I think, from about the second episode. And I thought that, you know, these stories, and I'm not a big Danganronpa fan. I don't hate it. I just didn't play the games. Yeah. But I liked the themes that they were fooling around with. And I thought that like the aesthetic of the show mixed with sort of like the insanity of all of everybody. I mean, everyone in this world was insane, but like of the principal cast, they bounced off each other in a way that made me want to see the next episode. At the end of the day, sometimes you can't dig much deeper into something than that. Like I wanted to know what happened next. So that's why I kept watching. The last 2 episodes, well, really the last 3 episodes, the story kind of collapsed in on itself. And that had a lot to do with, you know, that they built up this mystery and then they paid it off before the ending. So then they had to like come back and tie up loose ends for 3 episodes. So I wasn't a big fan of that. And of course, the last 2 scenes, like we all knew how all these characters were going out, but like they didn't leave themselves enough time to flesh out the ending. They literally ran out of time.
Yeah. Like the doors opened.
And then it's over.
Yeah, it's like,
I can't believe I spent my time on that. So I had a sour feeling after the fact. Now, Tribe 9 is getting me on the aesthetic side again, because it's a visual mixture of a lot of things that I like.
Yeah.
As far as where the story is going to go, I don't know. I mean, it's a sport. Technically it's a sports anime.
I think niggas are gonna be dying on the field.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So like, if it brings in some of that brutality and what I know the writers of Danganronpa, because I think one of the writers from it is on this, is a director. I don't know. Maybe he's a producer, but you know, I could have fun with it. Yeah. If it turns out that the story sucks, the visuals are pretty good. If the visuals don't carry me, I walk away. Ain't no big deal. But I'm intrigued for now. So they can lose my trust very easily. Let's put it that way. So
it's from one of the creators.
After that, the only thing that I'm interested in is the ANO 831, just because I think it could be good, but I haven't seen a trailer or anything. I just like the synopsis.
Yeah, I don't.
Isn't there like it's a special, isn't it? Or it's like a movie?
Yeah, it's a TV special. Yeah. I have no clue what it's going to be, but it sounded kind of interesting. I just don't know if it'll actually be good.
Yeah, I like the synopsis, but since it was a TV special, I was like, I'll catch it when I catch it. Like,
yeah, I'm iffy on it only because the studio behind it hasn't really done anything of note.
Well, we had Studio Bind this year, and
true, very true.
Oh so, no, actually no, they I don't know. They've actually done things. It's just not anything notable.
Nothing.
Studio Bind actually did nothing.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, the rest of it is like returning kid shows, you know, and returning kid shows.
I'll watch Delicious Party Pretty Cure for probably like 5 episodes when they like premiere everybody, and then I'll come back for the 6th Ranger and then the Group Attack, And that's
And
about
there you
it.
go.
And I most likely will randomly see someone on Twitter post a crazy ass Sakuga clip, and I'll be like, let me go watch this episode. Let me go. How the hell did these girls get their asses beat like this? Let me go watch this episode. And that's about it. That's about as far into Pretty Cure I can get today. I used to watch it all the way through and then ask myself, why the fuck are you watching all 52 episodes of this shit? It's just, you only here for the Sakuga and the Magical Girl shit. But anyways,
so taken all together, we've covered a lot. I think out of the list for me, there are a few standouts. If you, one of the things that we like to do is if we remove the returners, and we look at sort of like what the original stuff for the season, I feel this is actually one of the weaker seasons for original anime in a long time.
For original.
Original anime. This is one of the, to me, it is one of the
what's the good original this season? Fall.
I don't know. It might, I think
Arcane.
It could be any one of the four, right? It could be that. It could be fuck, what was one I was looking at before?
For this fall season original?
Yeah, like maybe Bisco? Is that not based on a manga or something?
No. I'm talking about for now original.
Oh, this season. That's a good
I don't think that there was anything that was noteworthy, but I know that the previous like 3 seasons had good ones. I mean, Wonder Egg kind of fell off, which is kind of sad about that. But
yeah, but Odd Taxi
Odd Taxi,
phenomenal.
Amazing. Vivi was also really good. There are some good.
You know, the sad
Spring
thing,
was a banger.
I don't.
You didn't like Vivi?
No, Vivi was fine.
I liked Vivi until the end. Yeah,
but it was good. But the show is good. I would recommend it to anybody. Warts and all, like it was a good show. I want to say that maybe the two that I liked the most, and one of them is cheating because it's from a book and not a light novel, an actual book. Like Sakugan really surprised me this season. It's one of the most wholesome things that I've watched, but it also gives me a lot of shades of other very good shows. Like if you watch up to episode 4 or 5, you will immediately start feeling an actual Cowboy Bebop vibe from the series. I'm not saying it's Cowboy Bebop. I'm saying that like you can tell the way in which the world is presented, the way the characters bounce off each other, and the way the story is written. This could have been a outline for an episode of Cowboy Bebop. And there's other things in the series that from some of the performances, the vocal performances, the world building, other things like that, to me was the biggest surprise because I didn't. And again, it's cheating a little bit because it's from a book rather than a light novel or a manga. So I don't know if it really counts. Tact Op, which I'm one episode.
Oh, I forgot that was the original. That's the original. Okay, never mind.
That's the pretty true original, like
and it was a multimedia too.
Yeah, it's good. There's a part sort of in the middle of the season where we start to get into what the actual story is. That's a little underwhelming, or maybe underdeveloped is the right word, but I got my favorite episode of anime of the season from this show, and that's the New Orleans episode, because it has nothing to do, there's no fighting, there's no anything, it's just about like dealing with old age and gray out in these like small towns in America. And it's written from a Japanese perspective, but it's a very charitable and open-minded towards presenting the struggles of people, especially a lot of people of color, a lot of elderly people. And it's just one of the I won't say the best written episode of anime, because that's, who knows, I haven't watched enough of it, but I got the most personally out of that episode, and that's from an original. So that's it though. I mean, this season was super light. Did Blue Period do anything for anybody? Was that?
I liked it. I liked it. Yeah,
I didn't get far enough in it.
Well, I like art, so that's a different thing. So I did art when I was in high school, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. But we were talking about just, you said that this one doesn't look like there's a lot of good originals in this winter 2022. Yeah, I didn't even think about it like that way.
And the closest thing to an original that, well, I don't even want to say that. There's so many light novel adaptations now that are sort of taken over from manga adaptations that like the space for even creating new original stuff is very limited. And as far as I can tell, I'm just looking at the studios, what the big studios are producing, and a lot of the big ones are on, their big sequel of the year,
Like
right?
Cloverworks is doing Tokyo 24Q, and that's original.
Okay,
Leiden Films is doing an original with the Tribe 9 thing.
Yeah.
So like that's probably
and they have that Ryman's Club, the sports one. I'm not even.
I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
I don't care about
the
tennis anymore.
The truth
Or
is
it's
that probably
badminton.
maybe one of those slice of life that we kind of passed over that is comes out of nowhere as an original. I don't know. Maybe like yeah, I don't see it. I don't see like a standout at all in this list, and it's been getting slimmer and slimmer every season. So,
but to be honest, from a content creator point of view, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But remember what we got last year.
Yeah, like shit was stacked constantly. And I feel like there's another wave of like crazy stacked shit. It's just probably going to come near the end of 2022.
2022 is going to be
spring.
No, spring's going to be wild. There's so much good stuff, spring, summer, and fall. All three are going to be banger seasons. It's literally just winter that feels a little weak because the best things in winter, you've got Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, and then from there it goes from like a tier up here to a lower tier. Whereas I think that spring is going to have a wider top tier and a wider mid tier and it's going to
that might be better for the mid tier for the winter than maybe some of these shows that usually would get overshadowed are actually going to get some fucking light for once. So
yeah.
So the good news, at least for my consumption, is that I don't feel obligated to watch all of this. I know that Jordan is going to die a number of deaths.
Same.
I'm gonna try
to die.
No,
Joe, I don't know what your workload winds up being, but like I look at this and like I'm thankful that like all the stuff everybody's super amped for, I don't feel like I need to watch it right now. Like I look at y'all and I'm just like, well, y'all are gonna die. You're gonna die.
Yeah, I'm looking at 3. If I add Arifureta, I'm looking at 3, 4, 5, 6.
I've already accepted
7.
that I'm probably going to be at like 10 or 12 at the beginning of the season, and then I'm just going to like chop down.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do about 12 of them to start, maybe even a little bit more if I can. I don't know if I'll be able to, just because of the days it'll fall. But I think that it's gonna drop from like 12-ish to like 7, and then probably stay around that area. But
yeah,
Jordan, what you should do is you should take some of those things that if you drop them because of views, but you still enjoy them, just make them Patreon exclusives. Boom.
Oh yeah. That's the future plan, because that's much easier for me in the end anyways.
Yeah,
like sometimes I don't even have to edit it. I'm just like, all right, this is going straight to Patreon, and like this will just be this for the top tier only. So yeah, that's it. But in the meantime, in between time, we've been here for a minute, y'all. So
but we did it. We got through this one.
We did, and now we have another one to get through. Like I don't know how many days.
We have control, so we're going to be doing a best of episode, but we have some control over that. Of course, my cat now wants to enter the frame again.
Oh, the tail! It looked like it like appeared out of nowhere. I was like, what is that?
But yeah, we will have some control over that one. Also, I have a game that I want to play for that episode, so I'll tease that now. A game. Wow. Yes, a game.
Okay.
But yeah, this was great. So Joe, do you have any like concluding thoughts about the whole totality of the stuff that we have reviewed here today, beyond that your life is going to be miserable for at least a couple of weeks?
Suck. But I think that this winter season, it feels like it's going to be the weakest of this year. And from spring onward it's just gonna be crazy, because I already know a few that are coming in spring. I know a few that literally haven't had announced dates, which means they're not going to be spring. They're going to be summer or fall. And there are a lot of them that are got to fall in there. So those are going to be crazy. But this one
actually
in particular,
see Shield Hero.
Shield Hero. Yep. That's got to be a summer or fall. And there's just so many. Oh my God. I'm so excited. It's so cool. I was so excited for this anime. Okay. But this one, yeah, Attack on Titan's my main thing. And then there's a bunch of other ones that are just continuations. The newest, I'd say the one that I'm most intrigued by in terms of the new ones is definitely that dress up doll, man. I don't know, man. I think
it could be
I think
good.
It's gonna be good, man. I think
It
it's
could be
gonna be
good.
pretty good. I'm excited.
I am personally looking forward to being bored. Okay, I don't want hype. I'm anti-hype. I want to sit down and just vegetate on my couch. I don't want to feel pressed to have to like chase the big scene that got clipped everywhere. So I'm looking for some nice, boring, just satisfying. I want the peanut butter and jelly sandwich of anime for this season for myself and my own personal mental health. Something that I can just consume when it comes out. I don't have to like be involved in a discourse over. So I bet you that's probably going to be Realist Hero for me. It's just something easy to watch. Vanitas looks really, really good. And I deliberately did not go and do what I normally do and binge the manga when I really like a first season. So I will be surprised and excited for that one. And then I'm just hoping some of these back end titles pop. One of them, if it's not Sabakui Bisco, maybe it's like Orient actually turns out to be like a pretty good shonen substitute. Maybe it's something else. I want to be surprised. I know what's good. The Demon Slayer is going to be good. Attack on Titan is going to be, well, should be good. Production presentation wise, a lot of anime onlys might have to experience the pain that the manga readers already felt because it was a thing that happened to us.
I mean, they've already made their money, so
they have made their money.
They've made their money.
I've already bought all the volumes, so I'm just waiting for them to actually release and come to me. I bought the these things.
Yes. Super cool. So so yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to be bored, and maybe that Tokyo 24 or something in that second, third tier will
something not in the AAA tier.
Yeah, because those are known quantities. So that's what I'm looking at that list. This is what I'm hopeful for the next season is something to pop up that I'm not expecting. Jordan, what are your feelings given that you
I want Arifureta to be the same old good old just like let's do this shit. Let's
good trash.
Like,
yeah, that's right.
Fuck
good
you.
Trash.
I'm doing what I'm gonna do, bitch. That I just want some good old more Arifureta. I'm really looking. I want Orient to be good, primarily because I hold a grudge that they never finished Magi. So like,
and they stopped it right at a really good person.
I'm like, exactly. How you gonna have that bomb ass fucking arc? You got Sinbad and it hits the fucking.
Finally got them back together, and they were like, all right.
Okay, wait, no, sorry, Joe.
I want to watch it. I think it's gonna be good. I'm just waiting. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. No. Okay. Let me stop. But I'm looking forward to Orient. I'm looking forward to Arifureta, and I'm looking forward to Dress Up. Yeah. Like
cool.
Like hardcore. Cool.
We did it.
So, Joe, where can they find you? Again?
Listen, if you want to watch, if you want to see reactions for Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, Arifureta, Realist Hero, World's End Harem, Strongest Sage with the Weakest Crest, Dress Up Darling, Genius Prince, Case Study of Vanitas, Professed Herself Pupil of the Wise Man, In the Land of Leodel, Maybe Love of Kill, Orient, Life with the Ordinary Guy Who Reincarnated into Total Fantasy Knockout, Sabikui Bisco, and Police in a Pod. You can go to YouTube. You go to the Freshest Anime channel on YouTube. We're gonna be doing
Say it out loud. Oh my god,
it's a lot, right? Yeah, we're gonna do at least 2 episodes of all of those things, and the ones that do really well will continue. The ones that not so much I'll either just drop because I don't like them, or they'll go to Patreon.
Cool.
That's my plug.
All right. You can follow us on anime_savants on Twitter, and then just regular anime savants on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram.
Yep. You can hit me up anytime at Neural Handshake on Twitter. There's a new Mahoka season. That means bad things for my
I actually just saw that it's just a special.
Well, isn't it about when she hated him? Like it's like a prequel.
Yeah. So as this, at least it's not gonna be like an entire season. Like they're gonna like send their hate.
I now get
the special comes out, and then it's just gonna disappear.
I get at least like 2 to 3 comments every time Yes, every time.
Every time we mention Mahoka
Every
hate?
time there's somebody who I have blocked.
What? Why the hell y'all keep going for James? Slide in my DMs. What the fuck? I got something
we're
to
gonna
say.
be we're gonna be all about positivity.
Okay.
All about positivity. All right. So you can catch me on Twitter at Neural Handshake.
Wow.
I'm gonna be. I'll spend more of my time yelling at wrestling fans than yelling at anime fans. So hopefully that'll even out the hate. But it's all good. It's all good.
I mean, at least you're not part of the people who are arguing about Knuckles. So, like, that's just y'all just wanna yell at each other. I feel like that's just all it is on there. Like,
I'll send you a thread that was forwarded to me that is one of the most like absurd. So I somehow am adjacent to the Sonic community. Let me say it had to do with someone who didn't know about the Uganda Knuckles meme, but thought that Idris Elba's casting was a hate crime. So I'm just gonna leave it right there. In any case.
oh my god. Okay, bye y'all. Oh my god. Ugh. Are you kidding?